Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Young World. It's early in the morning, man. And before I get into this, man, this is a two-part video, man. The first part is gonna be the breakdown of the physical. The second part is gonna be what you don't see that's causing all of this stuff in the world, right? Now, I'm gonna just be the first to say it, man. Everybody knows the whole world hate black people. Everybody know this. But what the world don't know is that black people do not care. Now, without further ado, man, I'm gonna get right into this video and I'm gonna be stopping and pausing and jumping back in just to, narrate some of the parts. But listen, none of this is from an emotional perspective. This whole thing is nothing but facts. Now, if it rubs you the wrong way, hey, that's a personal problem, P. But I'm gonna put it out there, man. People try to make it seem like black people is evil. Listen, man. What I'm finna show y'all today is irrefutable proof that black people is God's chosen people. That's why the world hate them.
You know, black people weren't just dropped here from another planet and somehow racism already existed and and nobody else had anything to do with that, and no white person has any responsibility here. It's foolishness. We white people built this stuff and we maintain it. And the pain that black people experience is pain that we dish out. Do you get it? Do you see it?
Your questions lead me to believe that you are a non-black person engaging in divide and conquer by implying that if I can't answer yes to whatever you deem a sufficient number of these questions, that means that I am a performative ally. Now, granted, black people and all marginalized people have every reason to be suspicious of performative allies, because performative allies work their way into the proximity of marginalized communities under the guise of being one of the good guys who's just trying to help. It takes energy and labor to teach them, and that energy and labor is lost when they cut and run. And that's if they don't do a whole lot of lashing out from their position of proximity, oftentimes over receiving a correction or feeling uncomfortable. But what your questions are asking me to do is to tokenize my proximity to black people. And black people and all people of the global majority know that even if a person can answer yes to all of these questions, that does not prove their co-conspiratorship. Furthermore, even if a person answers yes to all of these questions, that does not mean that they are not racist. How many times do we hear this? I can't be racist. I grew up in a black neighborhood. I can't be racist. My girlfriend is black. I can't be racist. My husband is black. I can't be racist. I have biracial children. I can't be racist. I have black friends. Proximity does not prove co-conspiratorship, and furthermore, proximity does not prove lack of racial prejudice.
Beware of black people and stay away from them. They are not good people is one of the first things that my mom was told when she came to this country. I am a first-generation immigrant child. My parents came here back in 1993 after the Somali War. My parents came here as refugees, and they were taught the ways of the Americans by white people who were helping them stay in hotels, giving food, shelter, etc., etc. My mom told me a lot of things that the guides would tell them. They would say, these people, they're black, they get into a lot of crimes. I wouldn't suggest that you mess around with them. One day, my mom was taking a permit class, and just like the jail yard, the black people were together, the Mexicans were together, the Africans were with the Africans, the Asians with the Asians, whatever. And as the instructor was talking about, driving and on the road, she said, just make sure that you're paying attention. And for you, she pointed to the Asians and said, don't laugh when you're driving. Don't smile. So yeah.
I just asked them if they know that the black people are the real Jews. Do y'all know that?
Yeah, black people are the real Jews, yeah.
So, because a lot, we don't know. They're not telling us.
No, because they whitewash the whole thing down to make you believe that the blacks were, no, of no significance. So,
And where are you from?
I'm from India.
From India. See, I keep telling y'all, people overseas know who we are. I keep telling y'all, but y'all don't want to believe me. They don't want to believe me. Whatever.
Do you know how much effort it takes to drown a town of people? Think about that logistically, what that takes. I want to make a series here on TikTok and call it White Black History, because as a white person, I know we don't get taught the truth. Not in America. I'll give you an example. It would be like the Tulsa Massacre, where Black Wall Street is what we called it, an extremely wealthy black neighborhood, was beaten and burned down. Another one's like the Wilmington Massacre in North Carolina in like 1898, where a group of white supremacists just decided to overthrow the local government that was biracial and then just kill all the black people. Show me that in your history book. Or you have like the CONTOLPRO and like the targeting of black leaders from like 1950 something to 1971, where basically it was an FBI initiated program that was designed to infiltrate and target black leaders, black communities, anybody who was really outspoken against things. We just don't learn these things. Like literally the FBI and the CIA have been involved in the disparagement, displacement, and eradication of black people and their wealth for ever. Then when somebody brings it up, we sound crazy because you haven't heard it in a textbook in 6th grade. Why would we teach you you're the bad guy? It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of things that we don't get taught that are actual things. There was several black towns that were drowned. Drowned. Think about that for a minute. Do you know how much work and effort it takes to drown a town because you don't like what they look like? Oscarville, Georgia, Choctaw City, Alabama, Seneca Village in New York, more recent, Cowalinga, Alabama, Freedmen's Towns in Texas. That's black white history though.